So our dinner party shows perfected at the seams. It's embarrassing to just say we ain't working. Admit that we're fools that don't know our next move, but we know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all see me jumping. Yes.
Right now. For a second. There's only 2 people that I can see. Y'all,
okay, so question. So the person that I got called in, he got 2 songs that they sent me by email. So he sent me MP3s by email. How can I get those to you?
Y'all can stay on and listen to the whole stuff.
Email it to her, to the station.
Okay. Or actually, I sent them to her. To her already.
I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to send a comment. Good morning, y'all. Hey, sis. Hey, y'all. Oh, thank you, Jay. She one of my loyal supporters. That's the love of kids. They love me.
What?
But I be the kid though. When they act up, they know I don't play though. Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. So you gotta come get your gift. So yeah, we'll be starting shortly, y'all. Who your guest? I should have put his name in there too. On my quick comment. What's your guest name?
Sky Janga.
Sky Janga. A rapper, Sky Janga will be on first.
Rapper producer.
A rapper producer?
Yeah, rapper.
That is so cute. I so do. It'll be there, sis, whenever you ready. Hey, Dave. Y'all make sure y'all share our live. I'm also going to be live on Facebook once we start going live. Is it live on Facebook? Yeah.
Oh, this live. Yeah, this is live. Yeah, this live.
Oh, it's already live. Live on the No Static page.
She's on Facebook.
It's on YouTube live.
I was trying to go live on. Wait.
I thought she was going live on Facebook too. She might not have anything though.
You know what? Just realized we live on Facebook.
Instagram.
YouTube. On both pages here. Put this on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see if I can get on Facebook.
Red Bill is good, but Costco got a better Red Bill is good, but I think we have more parts. Hey,
I'm trying to do something. I was trying to do something basically. What's it called? Basically, why? Maybe.
Oh, if they gonna make it come in the show, I hope so. I'm gonna be here. That was my first record on my record player. Oh yeah, we gonna have to do it up if they come on in. Yeah. I love you. We gotta make love. We can just cut love. But if she want me to beat it up, then damn it, I'll beat it up. Your body, my body, your body, my body, your body, I don't know why.
And see, that'll be cool because, like, once you start.
Can you do it with a visual? Like a Zoom call? That was good.
I mean, we could do some stuff like that. That stuff would be cool. For people to go back and watch it. Especially if you do.
I definitely want to get her on.
Like, especially if you do lives. Because didn't we do, but I did this game, didn't we do like a live?
We did an Instagram.
We did an Instagram. So, I mean, you could do those.
But it's, we saved it.
Yeah, but I mean, we could do those. We can actually embed the Instagram into your page. It's a lot that we could do. Your body, my body, your body, my body, your body, my body, your body.
Yeah, top down.
Was you able to find the songs that I sent in the email?
I didn't even get you on there yet, actually.
She never pick her phone up. You be looking for while we doing it grown up. She complain when she catch back spasms. What she love when she get the back-to-back orgasms. Yes, sir, the game is automatic. You can to them one time, they come back like addicts. Yes, sir.
I think I got it.
Your body, my body, your body, my body.
I had it on the counter, but I didn't get my notes over there. I couldn't be real. Yes, you please.
Should I go?
I know that you gotta have it.
Trying to figure out how to.
Wait a minute, he over here typing like me. My kids be like, Mike, you don't stop that little thing. That's how we do. And you type fast, but you type with us like this.
I should have went
From my the entertainment.
I was gonna go from the entertainment.
Oh, I see. Yeah, just one line.
I probably have to come in and do an intro or something.
Yeah, because it's what?
Right?
Yeah, it's 11:23.
Alright. Yeah, that's YouTube, man.
Is we on
Facebook ain't work.
Facebook?
I tried to do the same thing to me. It won't. It's doing some weird junk over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because all my
There you go, your mic.
mom and them, they can only do Facebook. They don't know nothing about Instagram.
Here.
You said you know I'm an amateur. I'm like, man, is it ready? Is it ready? What's up, y'all? What's up? This is your boy JRock. We are live on the Entertainment Plug. It's a dope day. We got a real good show in store for you guys today. We got my special co-host, my impromptu co-host. Look, I just made her a co-host.
Right.
She like, what? We got Ketoliciousness with us today, and she is actually launching today her segment, Keep It Ketolicious. So
yes, I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm scared.
Listen, ain't no
Even though I haven't been here, I don't know
right.
what I'm scared for.
Nah, I feel
and
it.
I talk all the time. I don't never shut up, so I don't know.
Look, I feel it. But it's this is good. It's gonna be a real good day, and I got a special guest calling in. Actually, he's probably gonna call in the next 5 minutes. Sky Janga. He is a hip hop / alternative artist. So definitely some.
That's a
different
combination.
Yeah, definitely some dope music. But he sent us over a couple tracks, and they sound real good. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm usually not feeling a lot of music from like certain up and comers and whatnot, but his music sounds
you
really,
a little
really
bit more
good.
old school. I'm a little more ratchet and
Yeah. That's a fair assessment.
But that's a good balance,
Yeah,
though.
it's a good balance. It's a fair assessment. I appreciate you saying that. It makes me realize it a little bit more.
Yeah,
but,
ain't nothing wrong with that. I like old school. I like everything.
Listen,
but
I had a video I was finna put up. I was listening to Guy.
I love me.
I was listening to Guy on the way to. I was dropping something off at my mother's before I came to the station, and I'm sitting like on Broadway, ready to go on the highway, and I'm like, man, like it's.
But when I
it's
hear stuff, I love it. I still love that, but I like the new stuff too. Even though I don't know half the time what they saying.
Yeah.
You know, I like it.
But yeah, so we got a real good show in store for you guys today. We got Sky Janga calling in probably in the next 5 minutes. Ketoliciousness is jumping off with her segment today, Keep It Ketolicious, and she has an amazing guest coming in. She'll be having a conversation with a young lady by the name of Kiana Ellis, and she is of Dopetism.
Yes.
So, actually, you can tell everybody a little bit about Dopetism.
Yeah, Dopetism. Actually, Yanni, I call y'all know her as Miss Ellis. That's Yanni to me. That's my blood cousin. But she has a dope brand that's called Dopetism. And I'm going to let her tell y'all a little bit about it. But it's an awareness to autism. So y'all please stay tuned for that because she'll be here about 12:15. So, we have a guest before her. But she'll be here about 12 o'clock, 12:15. So.
Yeah, I think it's dope. And, for everybody that's listening, we are going to be doing this regularly. Eventually, she just don't know it yet, but eventually she's going to be doing it every Saturday. But for right now, we're just letting her move
to pull me
I'm trying to. And the thing is, y'all.
Next weekend, I got to sleep in.
And the thing is, y'all, listen, let's just keep it all the way real. She cook every time she comes.
I do.
So,
I bring them good food. Too.
Did you know where the clip was that I sent you this morning? I sent her a video of Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, you did.
What was that from? I'm gonna get you sucker when he was trying to get the rib, and he I show him home.
8 o'clock this morning, he sent me a clip of Chris Rock and food emojis. I was in the kitchen at that
I'm
moment.
like, I show him hungry.
I surprise him every time with some kind of food.
I'm like, is we eating Chick-fil-A or is we eating some food from Ketoliciousness?
Yeah, y'all got some Ketoliciousness.
I got my mama the Chick-fil-A, and I said I'm gonna stick with the Ketoliciousness. So
so they eat good.
Yeah.
I usually don't eat when I'm here, but I like to feed people and make sure they happy. So
and of course we got a dope playlist. We got DJ Ism on the boards with us today. And listen, I see how we get the horns and all that shit for him. He ain't did shit for us. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
That's how you feel.
It's okay. That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Go ahead, bring it in. It's a horn for you.
Right.
A horn for you.
Hey.
Clapping.
Right. But listen.
Got alarms going on.
We got DJ Ism on the boards. We got a dope playlist. I actually got some new music that I'm trying to throw in today, so I'm working on that. But I got some new music from Mariah. She's actually signed to a label here in Cleveland, Veracity Records, but she is out of Shreveport, Louisiana, though. So I kept saying before that she was from here, but she's actually just signed to a label that's here.
Okay.
But I had a conversation. Actually, she's a bonus episode on my podcast, The Real Deal with James. So you guys can download that on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's iHeartRadio, some everywhere. So you guys can check that out. Bonus clip that went up earlier this week, and we got new music from her. We got new music from After 7, and we got a lot more in store for you guys.
Talk about, you like After 7. I hear you talk about them a lot.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I do. But
it is? Okay. All
but
right,
look, we're going to go to a little bit more music before Sky Janga calls in. So this is your boy JRock. Again, you got Ketoliciousness with us. This is the entertainment plug here on No Static Radio, powered by Google.
And I'm sharing it on Facebook
You know,
now.
I've been trying to go live for 10 minutes and I still ain't went live yet. Alright, let's see.
I've been making time for change, making tunes of money. Find me at the boombox at the party, sipping honey. Many times a day, I've been later, so I've heard. Friends are telling me it's the same as smoking herb. Like, you got me feeling so good.
Oh, I got that play.
I put my bets on
That play, let's see that.
you. Got me
Oh, because you know what? I updated the SoundCloud.
What?
The SoundCloud list. I'm gonna send you the SoundCloud.
Oh, you did?
I added it to my SoundCloud. Or did I send you my list before? It should say the entertainment plug. I was gonna say, what the heck is this?
What?
I'm sorry, this is your phone.
That's don't play with me, man.
Listen. When I tell you I got ready to set the phone down, you ain't see it. So I was like,
But that was because
look. When I tell you I got ready to set the phone down, and I'm like,
But that's because last time I had it all hooked up to the candles and everything, so I said I need something to help it stay stable.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
That helped it out.
Listen, I was gonna say, decisive. We need an exterminator.
That was a big spider.
I was like, oh shit, what's up? We're live. You can catch us on TuneIn as well. We got rapper, producer, Sky Janga calling in today. We got Ketoliciousness in the studio with us today. She is doing her segment, Keep It Ketolicious. Listen, she's prepared. She the real influencer in here.
Don't make my head get big.
She the real influencer in here. Because y'all know I do not be live on IG, and I know I really should be.
I'm not usually live on Facebook or IG that much. I need to start doing it more. I go on IG live here, but not really. I'm more of a YouTuber, so but I gotta start reaching out to all my supporters. Because everybody don't go to
You the YouTuber for real.
Yeah, everybody don't go to YouTube, so hey Kaya.
Listen. How many people you got on your live? About 65?
It say 2, but who knows?
Like about
it
65.
It never really shows the true, numbers.
I'm like,
I
got
told you.
one. She die hard.
Yeah. But I told you, my Instagram, they flagged me because I had a little picture up there, so my numbers kind of dropped, for the people of them sharing it out, So they said it usually takes about 14 days. Yesterday was the 14th day, so hopefully.
So what have you not
They I could do anything, but I could just tell they shadow flag me because all my numbers, when I tell you, it's so low. Like when I would put a video out, it would take hours for people to really see it. So that means they wasn't sharing it out. So yeah.
You could tell that?
Yeah. Because you saw how my numbers had just jumped drastically. And
Play
hey,
this.
Celeste. I ain't gonna show y'all my school of arts stuff. Never good for me.
I just texted to you the link to the SoundCloud. Your daughter will be here about 12:15.
Let me go in and check on these goddamn garbanzos.
I just sent it to you.
I've been here before, but it feels like I'm drowning, sinking in my overthinking. Tell me, am I foolish to think you need me? Deep, swimming in my feelings. I've been here before, but it feels like I'm
This second one I sent you. That's it.
I don't wanna mess this up. Could it be too much to say I'm
And then the phone line is it up? phone line, is it up?
I've been here before, but it feels like I'm trying to think. Am I overthinking? Tell me, am I foolish to think you need me here? I wanna do this again.
You said the second one for sure? Or the entertainment?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
I
it.
see it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm going down 'cause I know that it's you I see in my dreams. I'm going down, let me drown over you, living in my dreams. In my dreams, I love the way you do it. Don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I love the way you do it. Don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love
You know, obviously, just
the
with
way
the show,
you
the
do
movie,
it to me.
and work that I worked
I don't wanna mess this up. Could it be too much to say
I've
I'm
been
in?
super, super busy.
I just wanna know
But it's coming
what's
together.
up. Do you feel me? 'Cause I've been coming.
I think this is done with you starting to get a sentiment tonight. And then you got a really good following too, so.
I'm finna take my time, my mind, my rules. This ain't no crime.
Yeah,
It's up to you, though you
they on there.
it's what I have a hard time with you. Like, ooh, boy, you, boy, got me where you want. Just gotta sing this song. It's like, ooh, boy, you know you got me like, where do you go when you know to I wanna do this again. I'm going down 'cause I know that it's you I see in my dreams. I'm going down, let me drown over you, living in my dreams. In my dreams, I love the way you do it. Don't stop, don't wanna lose it. I love the way you do it to me. I love it. I love the way you do it. Don't stop, don't wanna
Hey,
It was two
oh, you
on
got
it.
one.
It was 2 for a second.
You got one of them phones that open like a foot. That's cute. I
Yeah,
like that.
that's usually when I move.
And that's cool because it sit up by itself. There it's down. You ain't gotta have the spider.
So actually, he getting ready to call me in a second.
I guess it's all in my head until you let my body know. 'Cause everyone needs you, babe.
Yeah, he should be calling me in a
Alright
second.
with you, babe. So tell me what you gonna do, babe. Now that love's on.
You want the mic back on? Turn your mic back on?
Yeah. Yeah, he should be calling in a second.
Somebody told me that this planet was small. We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before until I'm overseas on tour. And peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She opened your film and all flash focus record. Said she working on a flick and come out click through the score. She said she loved my show in Paris at least my mark. And that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of my heart. We from the start that things fall apart. Intent to shatter. She like that shit don't matter when I get home. Get out of do that on phone. Whatever, let's link. Let's get together. Shit you think not. Think the door went home. I forgot time passed. We back in Philly. Now she up in my spot. Telling me the things I'm telling her is making her hot. Started building with her constantly round the clock. Now she in my world like hip hop. And keep telling me, yeah.
Look,
We emotions.
It's just
you take me, I'm politicking with my sister from New York City. She said she know it's wrong, like, and think I'm pretty inside. I'm playing moving, always just with you, I'm staying moving. When cats be robbing game, I always staying moving. When you out there in the world, I'm still
really takes
with
me
all
on
my
live
classes, I don't
regularly.
have the time for like.
Yeah, that's how it
It
is.
takes
Yeah.
it takes me on live regularly, so that obviously people can use it.
Yeah, your algorithm. It's just like YouTube. You gotta
They can use you being on there, but then also it's like I go live so infrequently that when I get on here, I'm like, I'm supposed to be doing something. What? Look.
and you the media man, you should know.
Listen, we got a nice little mix going. DJ is here on the boards this weekend. Actually, he's going to be coming in every Saturday. He just had to work that out. He don't know to say that I was going to have him every Saturday. So, but yeah, he's kind of got his own mix, and then I got some songs in there too. We actually put on there some new music from YouTube. And I got a couple of guests calling in. Plus, this young lady beside me, Ketoliciousness. She's got a nice segment going on today called Ketoliciousness. She's talking to a young lady who is behind domestic violence. So we'll be talking about that in the second half of the show. But you say, huh? Autism. I thought, but it's centered around, or that was your best friend. Okay. So she'll be talking about autism. And then, her keto therapy. And I guess this calling it in a second.
Want me to bring you back in and do something? Want me to bring you back on and do something?
No, we don't.
Just let you know. I'm not gonna be able to get them songs on here, so I stop this. It's just I have to go out and go back in.
I got you. So actually, it's cool that I guess I'm getting a better feel for the SoundCloud piece of it, because now that I know that pretty much like you'll be in here more frequent and whatnot. Now, when I want songs or whatever, I just can add them to that playlist and edit the playlist and all.
That's all I'm saying.
And I guess I was trying to get that feel before, but because I don't really be on SoundCloud a lot.
Right.
You said the phone line is on? He said it's not.
Somebody was calling earlier.
It's a 216-937.
5087.
5087.
5087.
Yeah, that's my 5087.
Somebody called 8 minutes ago, Mo Better.
You say from where?
Let's just say Mo Better. Mo Better have my money.
Yeah, they said it's just raining.
That's some mistake number. I call that shit.
Giving me reasons to keep me falling hard for you.
What's up?
I'm just waiting on this.
Right.
Look,
Everybody is.
yeah. Look, I'm thinking like, oh shit.
Right.
I turned your mic on.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, this is Sky Janga.
This is Sky Janga.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, we doing real good, man. How you doing?
Doing great, man.
Man,
I can't call it.
yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I know you had been trying to call and whatnot. She said that it just kept ringing, but nevertheless, man, I'm glad that we got you. I see it's a whole lot that you're doing out there. I can really appreciate everything it is that you're doing out here. You know, obviously in music, and then she sent us over a couple of your tracks, and I think that they real dope. So we're gonna play a couple of those tracks actually as we go through and have this conversation. But like, how have things been going with you? Obviously, you know, pandemic wise, and just with everything going on.
Hold on,
I've
one
been trying
second.
to stay safe, you know, and
His phone is still
take
ringing.
care of my loved ones, you know,
calling
take care of
while he's on the phone.
the responsibilities that, you know, really matters right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Like how have you been able to kind of keep up with, you know, obviously still making music, and have you been doing any shows or anything like that, or?
Well, a lot of the times I do shows here in my city in Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
I connected with the local scene. We just actually had a concert on a local open mic scene that was 2 days ago.
Right.
I popped out and did a little performance, but you know, I'm really trying to get outside of the city a little bit more since things have been trying to calm down. But,
Right.
you know, with this new variant that's coming around, people are shaking, so you know, I'm taking it slow.
Yeah, that was going to be the question. Like, you know, obviously, I know that things kind of had slowed down actually considerably until, you know, obviously the wintertime came and the cold months. And I mean, of course, it's not cold there, but I think just with summer everywhere else, and then, you know, with the variants coming out and all of that stuff, like, have you really been able to get to any other places?
I haven't traveled in a good while. You know, I would say I haven't went anywhere since September of last year.
Okay.
You know, I'm planning to try to do something here in the next couple of months.
Okay. Like how?
I'm going to Jacksonville and doing a show with a friend of mine who's out there. But you know, like I said, I want to make sure I'm staying safe and I'm keeping my loved ones safe before I go out there and do anything that's a little bit more
course.
than usual.
Yeah, of course. Like, how does that affect your mental when everything that you do, you know, obviously revolves around you traveling and doing shows and meeting people, shaking hands, and that sort of thing? Like, how does that, you know, affect your mental and your mind state?
You know, my mental, to be honest with you, has been shaky. I just take it a day at a time, and you know, I pray a lot at the end of the day. And you know, you can't really depend on too many things to happen. You just got to take it a day at a time. And I know for a fact, when I'm doing things during the COVID, you know, I smoke, so I don't try to smoke with everybody.
Right.
I try to make sure I carry my own product.
That is a very good thing.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way real, man. Like I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Like
you're doing too
many. Because I mean that's a reality for a lot of people. Like as far as smokers and like that's a real thing for a lot of people. So I'm glad that you do speak on that.
Say something again.
Can you can still hear me, man?
Yeah, it's something with the line.
Say something again.
Can you hear me now, man?
Bro, you gotta start that call over.
Yeah.
Because the system, like, is acting like a Obama phone right now. Sorry,
It's not Obama.
Listen, everybody, it's these technical difficulties.
Right.
That's the only downside, and it's not nothing you really can do.
Right.
It's not nothing you can do.
But work it out.
Yeah, but work through it.
I got you though.
Now will it?
Yeah, if he calls, make it.
Well, we called him because he said he kept calling and it wouldn't.
Oh, that's why I was on.
Yeah.
We called him because
Give me a sec.
he kept calling, but it wouldn't ring. He said it just kept ringing on his end.
Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, so that's what that. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
That was his call. Okay, give me a sec.
I have him call back again.
He's 850, right?
Right.
Yeah, he was calling.
So listen, y'all. This is that downside to, like, the technical side. It's like here and there you run into these technical difficulties and whatnot. It ain't nothing that anybody in here could really do or could really fix. But we gonna get them back on the line though.
He's calling.
Dang it, he called.
He called and we missed it.
There he is. Go ahead. He's there.
I lost you there.
We got you back in there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you sound down for a second, man. Like, yeah. Okay. Listen, man.
No. I was basically saying, yeah, I'm back.
No, I got you, man. It's, you know what? I actually was just saying on the live. That's one of the issues, with us doing internet and just technical difficulties, man. And of course, I know you had been trying to call, and we like, well, he ain't called yet. And then you guys said it was just ringing on your end, and we didn't hear nothing. So I'm glad we got you back in there. But what I was saying when we clipped out was, I'm glad you spoke. I'm glad you spoke on the pandemic, from a smoker's perspective. Just because that's a reality for a lot of people, man. But
have your own product.
Yeah, have your own product. Real talk.
So, I really want you to talk a little bit, man, about the songs that were sent over. And actually, you can start with Took a Lot. Kind of talk a little bit about that. And I mean, I know obviously it relates to you and your journey and just the things that you've gone through. But for the people listening to the conversation, let everybody know what that song, the kind of the basis of the song, what it's about, who you worked on with it, and that sort of thing.
Well, Took a Lot is basically about me coming in the industry and dealing with friends or thinking they're friends, and we work hard together or having people who, you believe in and you trust in around you, you're doing so much for, and then 1 minute they there, the next minute they change on you. I've had so many people I've taught things to, and I've tried to uplift, and at the end of the day, it backfired on myself. So I was basically telling the story of how some friends became enemies and how I had to persevere through those moments that I kind of were facing demons and had to overcome it myself because I had a company of friends. I had a circle, and that circle just disappeared, and I was there by myself just trying to figure out how to continue to grow.
Right.
So basically, I'm telling how I took a lot to get back from where I was. I was down, and they weren't there. They weren't there when I was trying to become something, and now that I feel I'm getting somewhere, they're coming back, so it's like you wasn't there when I was hurting, now I'm fixing myself, let me fix myself and let me blow up.
I think it's good that you speak on that too, because I think from any perspective, whether you're an artist or whether you're somebody like myself that's working behind the scenes, or you have Ketoliciousness who's sitting here with me because she's got her segment starting today, and just the things that she's working on, like you have those people who they say they're in your corner and they seem like they're there, and then they kind of vanish, or like you said, they change up on you. Like, how have you been able to, I guess, keep yourself in the right mind state to know that when these people come around and when they fall off or when they flop or flip-flop or whatever you want to call it, that you still can kind of persevere and keep going and keep moving and not, fall under because, of the support that you feel like you're losing?
I feel like, when you put stuff out into the world, you kind of gotta have ownership of things. And so I feel like I own my craft, and no matter who I'm around, I'm not going to feel diminished by what they've done or what they're trying to do. I try to keep my head above water, and I take initiative to what I do. I don't hold grudges or anything like that, and I know everyone has feelings, so you're going to feel something in your or another. So I just try to make sure that what I'm doing is strategic, and what they're doing, it doesn't really matter as long as I'm gaining from what I'm looking for.
Listen, man, I post a lot of positivity and I send little messages and stuff out in the morning. I like you just said owning your craft. I'm finna post that, man. Like know that you inspiring a lot of stuff out here. I'm getting ready to post that, man, and I'm gonna tag you because I'm like that came from Sky Janga. Like that you gotta own your craft. And you gotta own your craft. You gotta obviously keep the faith and believe in yourself and believe in the product it is that you have out here. And I think that resonates in the material that you have out here, and definitely the songs that were sent over to me. Definitely would took a lot, but then I really, really like I'm somebody like music wise, like I stand really strong behind production. So it makes a big difference to me what the person is saying and the content and that sort of thing. But the music behind it is like the fire for me and the thing that really gets me off the ground. So when I listened to Blow Up, it was like, okay, I really, really dig this. Like I drive Uber too, so I listen to music all day in the car, and I'm like, okay, this need to be on the playlist. Like I really, really like Blow Up. So talk about that song for me.
Excuse me. Blow Up necessarily was, it kind of just is about being darkened by the things that you already knew that you had. I feel like God gives us so many gifts, and it's upon us to use them. And so many people they look at you a certain way when you're getting better at your gifts, and you're probably exceeding them in certain levels. And that's not to say that they can't do it. It's to say that, you're trying hard and you're doing certain things in hours that they're probably not doing them. So, I have friends that I still talk to. But nowadays when they come around, they see the hunger that I have.
The work you
I can hear it.
My fiance,
like I can hear it in
telling me to wake up early.
I can hear it in your voice, man. Like
so
just,
she's like,
I mean, just listening to your conversation and what you have to say, and just like everything that you're saying right now, like I can hear it in your voice, like how hungry you are and how much you really want to do this and how serious you take it, and like that's serious because I get I have the blessing of talking to a lot of artists and whatnot, and I can't say that like the fire that I hear behind your voice right now, like I can't say that I hear that with a lot of people, and be they up and coming or established, like I don't really hear that with a lot of people, so I can definitely tell that like you really that you really feeling this and that this is more of a passion for you.
And I direct my own videos, so
Yeah.
I'm putting the hand into any and everything that I'm doing. From the writing of the treatment to the getting of the scenery and the placement and getting the props. I make sure I get all of that together before I do my videos, before I put my music together. All Sky Janga.
Now you're doing all of that, like as far as the production side of it, you're doing that through your company, Janga World Productions, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now talk a little bit about, obviously your production company and why you felt like it was important for you to get off into that side, which I mean, obviously it is, but why was that a big thing for you though?
I feel around a lot of times, I'm always, wondering what it would be like if I had someone to show me something growing up. So, I taught myself these things, producing and making beats. in order to keep someone else.
Right.
And now I see a lot of the youth doing music, and they're the future. At the end of the day, I'm going to be here doing what I'm doing. But if they're coming and they want to be involved in my company and what they want to, do with music, I see a lot of teens falling down from gun violence and just sticking the wrong crowd. And, so they have a vision and dream. I want to make sure I can help them get that dream off.
I think it's
and
really.
Janga Production is a company to produce dreams.
Yeah, I think it's really, really dope, man. What I want to do, because, obviously with the technical difficulties and everything, and we kind of running a little bit short on time, and I know that I want to do one of your songs. So I actually want to, we're going to play Blow Up, and I'll have you introduce that, because we got maybe about close to another 10 minutes before we need to clip off. So talk... kind of introduce that song for us, and then we'll go ahead and play that, and we'll come back in and talk a little bit more before we close out.
Okay. This is Sky Janga, up-and-coming artist from Tallahassee, Florida. You're about to get tuned in to Blow Up by me.
Putting time in for myself, cause I on my breath, running to my death. She don't know what's best for me, just for whatever's left. So baby, don't be mad at me, I do this to myself. Just know I'm on that gasoline, might blow up on myself. Yeah. Everything I blow up on myself. How you won't be in the face from my full face? Jump off a little. Drink. Dirty run. Count it up. I was off, but then I was up. I can't cover up. She come with the millions. Wanna see two with bags. You know I be rolling right riding. Understand I ain't perfect, no lying. Shit I do worth it, I'm trying. I don't do this to hurt you, I'm saying. But my fight's gonna win in the end, baby. I'm just winning. Myself, cause I on my breath, running to my death. She don't know what's best for me, just for whatever's left. So baby, don't be mad at me, I do this to myself. Just know I'm on that gasoline, might blow up on myself. Everybody blow up on myself.
All right, we still got you there, man?
Yes, I'm there.
I think it's dope, man. Like I was saying before we went into the song, like, I'm like a production junkie, so like I really, really feel the production behind it. Like, did you produce that yourself?
Yeah, I produced it myself.
Okay, so talk a little bit more about before we start to close out. Talk a little bit more about like more of your music and other projects that you have out there, or what like things may be coming up.
So Blow Up actually is about to release February. I'm going to drop it, Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And I've already shot the music video. That's going to drop the same day as well.
Okay.
So y'all look out for that. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on all platforms.
Now you said Valentine's Day.
Other than that,
like why specifically?
Valentine's Day.
Why specifically Valentine's Day?
Well, so the video purposely is set the way I'm basically portraying talking to my loved ones through myself. So blowing up is me talking to my loved ones to allow me to do what I need to do for myself without holding me back. So I'm like putting this out, showing them that I love them and they should still love me throughout what I'm going through and growing through. Because I see a lot of the times where even family members, they try to hold me back, not seeing how passionate I am about what I'm doing, thinking that, you know, I should go and get a day job or I should do something that, you know, could hold me into, I guess, getting a 401k or something like that. When
listen,
I
man,
get it.
I don't want to cut you off, man, but listen, it's funny because, and we're laughing because before we went live today and like while we was trying to work out the kinks, we were just talking about that. And to me, that goes back to owning your craft. That's something, you know, obviously that's something else that you mentioned, you know, in your conversation today. But we just were talking about that because I just feel like you have, you know, part of owning your craft is you got to find your own journey and you got to do what works best for you. And, you know, I come from the corporate side, or well, not necessarily the corporate side, but I've been in healthcare for 20 years. So the reality is my passion is media. I went to school for journalism, and I mean, I got a couple of degrees in journalism, but it's not a lot of money in it. So I always have been in healthcare, but I'm branching away from that though, because this is what I want to do. So like, you know, my kind of go-to in order for me to get away from the healthcare side is I've been driving Uber for a few years. And I just was having this very conversation with my mother yesterday. And I mean, everything I know that my mother says comes from love. Like, I mean, your parents are going to be your parents. So I know it comes from love. But we just had this conversation last night about, I don't know, when you just going to go get a real job. And I'm like, but I said, who's to say it's not a real job if it pays the rent? Like it's paying the rent and the light, the gas, the water, the phone, the cable, the cell phone. Like it's paying all the bills. So how can we say that it's not a real job? And it's giving me the ability to travel and do the stuff that I need to do and the stuff that I want to do and accomplish things that if I sit at a 9 to 5 or 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. 5 to 6 nights a week doing something that I'm not passionate about and that I'm not driven with, like how am I going to accomplish the other stuff that I want to accomplish? So I think all of that just goes into finding your journey and just walking your journey, like regardless of what other people have to say. And I mean, that's not saying don't take nobody's advice or nothing like that, but you got to do what's good for you. So I think that what you're saying resonates with a lot of people because you have to do what works for you. You know, what works for one person is not necessarily going to work for you. And I think that our parents come with kind of the tried and true methods that worked for them in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. I mean, because that's when they was our age. And the stuff that they did back then that worked for them, that stuff don't work for us in this new millennium. And with all of the stuff that we have going on and the different ways that we can go. And I mean, look at all of the artists out here that are independent and owning their masters and doing all of this stuff themselves as opposed to going through a label and, you know, maybe getting that seed money, but then being broke, you know, in the end because they got to pay all that money back or whatever. So I just think that different things work for different people. And I think that what you're saying resonates with a lot of people. So I appreciate you saying that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Being here and having the platform to say it.
Yeah. So to kind of get down a little bit to the end, tell everybody where they can find you, man. You know, that being website, social media, wherever you want people to look at and to find, obviously, information and updates on you, but then new music and that sort of thing.
Y'all can follow me on TikTok, of course. Sky Janga. I'm everywhere. Sky Janga. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I tweet a lot, so you know what I'm saying. I do in my head. So you guys can be on Instagram. Go on Instagram. I got a link tree. You can follow that, and you can see all my music that I put out on my link tree. That'll take you to everything. My website, my videos, my interviews that I just did today. That's gonna be posted on there. So y'all tune in. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube too.
Listen, man, right. I don't know where this age thing falls in at, but I'm trying my damnness to get used to this TikTok thing, man. Like I created a TikTok, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm gonna do my best to follow you on there, man. I'm definitely on IG. I think I follow you on IG already.
Okay, yeah, I definitely follow you on there too.
And because of the brand that I have and the different, the different leads and branches of the brand that I have a number of social media accounts. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm following you from all of those accounts. And then this is not the only thing that we'll do. So I know that your publicist and we have kind of been in talks for maybe a month and a half now, just about trying to get you featured and figuring out kind of the right platform, to bring you in on. But it's a number of things that I'm doing from, my podcast. I'm launching another podcast. It's a lot of things I'm doing, plus a magazine as well. So there's a lot of avenues that we have that will be able to really get you out there. But I do believe in your brand and, what it is that you're doing. So I appreciate you taking the time to come on. And working with us through these technical difficulties, because I know you were calling us before and we couldn't hear it ringing. And then, of course, we called you and it still was ringing while we were talking to you, like you hadn't answered the phone yet. So we figured that piece out, man. But I appreciate you, like, really, really, really mad respect. I love the music. And trust me, I don't tell nobody I like their music if I don't like it. So I really, really like your music. I think that you have a lot behind you, and I think it's a lot that we'll be able to do. But are there any kind of last comments, final words that you want to get out there before we close off?
I just want to let everybody know that I appreciate them tuning in. Stay safe, love what you do, trust in yourself, and just keep going no matter what.
Somebody just gave us like 10,000 hertz, man. I don't know who that was, but thank you. For real. Look, they going crazy on IG right now. But I appreciate you, man. We definitely will do some more things. I think that you have a really good story behind you. So there's a lot that we're going to do to really get you pushed out there. But I appreciate you for calling in, man. And we definitely will do this again.
Let's do it.
All right. You have a good day, man.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Look, that was... Man, the technical difficulties is driving crazy. Yeah. Like, I'm like, Jesus, we can't get this going off for nothing. Right. But look, that bought you a little bit more time, though. What is it, 12, 17? That bought you a little bit more time. Because I know your heart ready to jump on out. And I'm ready for y'all to get this done because I be hungry, Miss Ellis. So, like, I sent her this video this morning of Chris Rock from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker when he was trying to get the rib. Like, I sure am hungry. And put some little... Sometimes I text her the night before, like, is you cooking tomorrow?
Always got to be in the kitchen.
But listen, we're going to phase out here for a hot second. We got Miss Ketoliciousness coming in with Kiana Ellis and Dopetism. This is the Entertainment Plug and No Static Radio, powered by Google.
All right. Thank you,
and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This is the first time that I have gone live from the Entertainment Plug IG. So I got 6 of y'all. Okay, just get that 5. But it's okay. Oh, you can unplug it because I can. Oh, iPhone charger. Yeah, there you go. Listen, I went down to 4. Y'all, they jumping off. I was just saying, I got 6 of y'all. And I'm like, okay, it's 5 of y'all. It's 4 now. But listen, I appreciate y'all so much. I think that Sky Janga is really, really, really dope. And I'm not gonna big up myself. I'm just keeping it real. There's a lot of slack going on. I'm not gonna say that they just say that they just there's a lot of black women out here. I think the difference here with entertainment digital different things that I have like I like being independent and I can pick and choose who I want to have on my platform. I don't have to have somebody who just so I can pick who I want to have. So that was very well thought out. You ain't gotta touch yourself. I'm like me. We have to prove ourselves. Not just one cell phone. It's paying for shit. So, and it's all this stuff that's going on is putting this to me. So, she like, if you don't shut up and bring me in.
I'm just saying. I'm just making sure.
I get it, and I take constructive criticism very well too. So when people tell me shut the fuck up,
I was not doing that.
So listen, y'all, we are back. You are tuned in live to the Entertainment Plug. This is your boy JRock, and I want to introduce one of my dear friends. She used to want to get me fired when I was her manager. And she used to say that I was showing favoritism and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you always show me love, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
She was like, girl, he showing favoritism, and he should have fired her, and he didn't do it, and they could have come after me, and we gonna get him. Nah, let me quit playing. I want to introduce one of my dear friends. She can't. Well, we actually we have known each other for, it's been about 10 years now, 11 years.
Okay, 10 years.
Yeah, we've known each other for definitely well over 10 years, and we've worked together in healthcare, and now we are working together on the media front. She is, I want to say, a specialist behind keto.
Y'all know about a specialist.
Listen, she's got her own YouTube platform, and she's doing a whole lot with that, with mukbanging. And for once, I said it right. She's doing a whole lot with that. Her own journey has just been amazing. I've been able to see the growth and the transformation. And now she is working with a young lady by the name of Kiana Ellis, who has her own company called Dopetism. And it's all about autism, autism with our children. So this is her segment, Keep It Ketolicious. She's going to be talking to Kiana today. And this is her first time, so give her some love. Can we get the hand claps over there, man? Like, give me some hand claps.
Yes, I'm excited.
So it's all you. It's all on you.
Okay.
I got nothing else to say.
So, hey, y'all. So, yes, I have Dopetism here today. I'm so excited to have my cousin, my blood cousin here. And this is my first interview, y'all, so please spare me. But I'm so happy to have you as my first guest.
Happy to be here, cousin.
And just looking at this right here, I remember when you first, before you even put Dopetism out, which has been since 2018, right, its existence.
Yes.
But I think in 2017, remember, I said, send me your logo.
You did.
And I went and got me a shirt, man. I said, if you don't get this out here, and I'm just so happy for you, just so proud of everything you're doing. So I said, I want her to be my first guest. And I just want you to tell everybody, I know you as Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
They know you maybe as Miss Ellis, but I know you as Johnny.
Yeah.
But tell them a little bit about your brand and where did Dopetism come from? What sits behind Dopetism?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me. Yes, so yes, I'm Yanni. Everybody knows me as Yanni, but I'm Kiana Ellis. I'm the brand of Dopetism.
Mm-hmm.
Dopetism was actually birthed in 2016. That's when it came to me as a vision, actually in a dream.
Okay.
But the meaning behind Dopetism is for autism because my son Giovanni has autism. He's 11 years old. He was diagnosed in 2014. So, it's just been a long journey, but the word Dopetism, it comes from, I've always been known to call myself dope.
Yes.
Everybody
you
knows
are.
I have a dope style.
Yes,
I
you
have
do.
a dope style. And then, he has autism. So it's like I used to go to sleep and I used to just ask God, like, what I'm going to do with autism? Like, I don't know where I'm doing with this. I don't know where I'm going. And then it was like it came in a dream and we put it together as Dopetism.
Mm-hmm.
You are dope. Your son has autism. You combine it. Y'all Dopetism. So
Exactly.
that's how Dopetism came about.
Yes.
But and when I first started Dopetism, it wasn't even about selling clothing or anything. I just wanted it to be a face for people to feel comfortable with their self or even their children having a disability, which I call a dope ability. We have no disadvantages. We all moving forward. We're growing through whatever we're going through, so it's a dope ability.
Yeah.
So I just wanted people to just get familiar with autism, get awareness about autism. So branding it Dopetism and made it just dope to wear. Make you feel good.
And that kind of tied in good because you always been into fashion, and to put that vision with fashion was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just so some people that may not know, what is autism, or what are some of the things that you saw that made you want to get him tested to see? Because a lot of people don't know. Until you're in it, you don't understand what autism is. So,
Absolutely.
What is it that you saw, the signs that you saw in Bonnie that made you get him tested?
Well, Bonnie is the youngest of my 3 children, so I have 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni's the youngest, and then as he was just growing up, like when he turned 1, I was noticing he was doing a lot of babble talk, like he wasn't speaking words, like as I would think he would. He did a lot of crying, so back then everybody like, man, he's colic, he got colic,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, no, this is more than colic. He's just crying because I feel like he's trying to express himself and he don't know how to. So pretty much that's what autism is their communication. They lack communication,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to just what people just. You can't look at them. They're not going to give you eye contact. So just the interaction.
Okay.
And, it takes them pretty much a little longer time to catch on than others. So.
Yeah. And what age do you kind of start to see those behaviors?
Well, they actually can't test your child until they're 3 years old, but I could be wrong. I think they moved it down to 2.
Okay.
But you as a parent, like you got that intuition.
You can see
something.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of, and that's another reason why I started Dopetism. So like behind it, I have support groups of parents because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them do reach out to me and say they are, ashamed
Mm-hmm.
and they don't know how to tell their family or, when they're out in public, how to interact with the public.
Mm-hmm. That's right there because some people might look at it as a behavior issue and not know that their child really has a disability that they need to get some help for. So that's very good. So does Vonnie know that Dopetism is about him?
Oh, yes. He goes to school Like, his school knows that Dopetism is about.
I know that's right.
And Bonnie is actually a trendsetter, and I guess he gets that from me. Because
yes.
Bonnie has started wanting to wear glasses because he thought when you go to work or school, you're supposed to wear glasses that make you look professional, like you're ready to work. So I actually have started ordering Bonnie glasses off of Amazon, all different colors. You see how I love my hats?
Yes.
He has a thing for
love
glasses.
Your hats.
He has a thing for glasses. So when I probably say he's in the 5th grade now. So from the 3rd all the way up to from the 2nd all the way up to the 4th grade, he was wearing glasses. So the school knew him as that's Giovanni Dopetism because he wears his glasses.
Right.
He actually branded himself, I can say.
Right. I know that's right. He said, this is my brand.
And he knows that. He
Yes.
doesn't call it autism. He called it Dopetism. He like, I got Dopetism. He got Dopetism too. So,
Aww.
he knows. We
I just love just the whole symbol behind how you just changed it. And I think that probably helps a lot of parents out here. And because sometimes when you do have these names put behind you, you feel some kind of way. Yeah. So, and this actually gives people a different way to look at it. Yeah. So, what drives you to, or let me ask, what some of the because you've always been dope and, like you said, a trendsetter. That's for sure. Okay, you rock to your own beat. But when did you fall in love with fashion?
Oh, I fell in love with fashion in the 6th grade. Like, my mom was a single parent, so she used to always give me and my sister, like, all the tennis shoes. So it was like, as moving forward, as we got to going into junior high school and high school, I'm like, well, mommy gonna provide our shoes, so let's just try to do some things with these clothes and put stuff together. And don't get me wrong, because back in the day, I was a booster. I had to get our clothes.
Hey, but I start what you got.
You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, I overcame it. But so it's just like I just was putting clothes together. I enjoyed so far as cutting up clothes, tying stuff.
Yes, that's one of your trends.
That's what I'm gonna do. So.
Yes. And your mother was on here earlier. I don't know if she's still on Instagram. And I said, your daughter gonna be here shortly. Because Shane definitely actually was a trendsetter as well. Absolutely. So I know that's where. What's some of your favorite fashion designers?
Well, I look up to Milano. She's out in don't let me say the wrong city.
That's okay.
Where Miss Mills from? Philly. She's Philly. She's out in Philly. So just to watch her journey, like she my inspiration. Like she's banging, like she got it on lockdown. But I look up to her. I look up to I would say my Cleveland designers, like Comic Club. He's one of the
and I actually want to get him because his story.
He would love it. He would.
Oh my God, his story is.
You gotta come to the show.
Yes, his story is amazing. We got some dope designers here in Cleveland. We trying to get on the map and get it out here because we got so many good people out here doing good things behind their brand. So also I was gonna ask. Let me get to my notes because I got notes. Let's see here. Like in the future, like tell them exactly like what you have right now. I know you do the t-shirts and dresses. I done bought dresses, t-shirts. You got sweatshirts. Like, do you plan on expanding that brand to something else?
Actually, one of my brothers, I called up my brother. We had a conversation last night because, just being in the clothing, they also have a clothing line called Million Elite Club. Okay. So, and he was one of the ones that just really helped me, like, being able to get my equipment and start. So, and he was asking me that question, but I said that this can get overwhelming, and it'd be like times where I just like, get all these things.
Yes, we talk about that all the time, don't we?
So, and Bonnie love a hat, so I'm gonna have a hat collection.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do a hat collection and just coming up with different logos and I'm gonna expand. It's gonna be of course short sets, jogging suits, socks, whatever you want to put on. I'm gonna put it on.
I got socks too. What about glasses? Since Bonnie liked the glasses.
You know what? He wound up getting out there. He was done with that. So I'm seeing what he's doing now. But Bonnie's actually a dope artist.
Yes.
So look forward to the clothing with his art, his art logo on it.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, like, with artistic kids, don't they sometimes have something that they have a lot of creativity?
Yes,
so that's what he does. It's more of like art.
He's an artist, and I'm calling him the autistic artist.
Okay.
So that's what Bonnie like to do. But of course they love their art, being in laptops, phones, anything that they can do to him and keep them focused because that's really what they are like. I'm not gonna say a one-track mind, but if they focus on one thing, that's what they're gonna be focused on. So.
And do they go? He is in public school. Does he? So do they have like a certain classroom, or do they integrate them with all the children?
Well, as of now, he's just in the classroom with children with autism.
Okay.
So, yeah, but,
Okay.
You know, they do a lot of different things with the other classrooms, so they do integrate. So.
Okay. And I know we talk about being an entrepreneur. It's hard out here, you know, just like the guests we had before. You know, just trying to get your brand out here. And I became an entrepreneur in my older years. Like, I should have been doing this a long time ago, just trying to, you know, do my own thing instead of working in the corporate world. It's really hard, you know. So, young girls that's coming, or men that's coming into this game, like, what would be some of the advice you would give them to even starting this brand, you know, or would you do it again, or would you have started younger, you know?
I would have hoped to have started younger, but I think God places the time, you know, places at the right time.
Exactly.
The right place at the right time.
Exactly.
So, I would definitely do it all over again. And just, I would probably say, for anyone that's want to be an up and coming entrepreneur, if you feel like when you go to somebody's 9 to 5 and it's not for you, you feel like you waking up like, but this how I was though, like in my 20s, I'm like, I was quitting jobs left and right. I couldn't work for them. I would walk out on lunch break like, I ain't doing this. And don't even know what my next, and not knowing where my money gonna come from. But this is my vision. It was all, you know what I mean? God was already instilling it in me. You about to be your own boss. So I would say, whatever that intuition in your mind is telling you, like, you want to do this, do it.
And that's why I said the universe it's so crazy, because never would I thought, when you put that side up there, never would I thought we would be sitting here. You know? It's just so crazy how the universe changes things, because people right now, everybody I think is trying to get into entrepreneurship, and it's hard. You know, the hustle, the grind don't stop. I was up to 3 o'clock last night, worked my corporate job for 8 hours, then went and did something else, and went and made sauces. It never stops. You know what I mean? You got to keep going, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? You can't let stuff block you, and you know. So, you know, but I'm just so thankful that you came.
Thank you, cousin. I'm proud of you as well. Like, I know your journey, so you're doing amazing.
I'm trying to, you know, to keep
you ain't trying, you are doing it. You're doing it, baby.
I'm doing it. So, but let everybody know where they can find you and where they can purchase your clothes. Do you have a website yet?
Well, I was dealing with someone that was supposed to, you know, get my website together, but you know how that goes. I don't say that, but it's coming. It's coming, but I'm all about, you know, word of mouth.
Because I got somebody working on my website.
But you know, everybody on social media, so you definitely can sell your product on social media. So, you can reach out to Dopetism. It's Dopetism. It's the way you spell autism. You just take the AU off and you add the DOPE. I'm on, you know, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Twitter. What else?
I ain't on Twitter yet.
I love Twitter.
Twitter
you just did it. You just go on.
I don't know what's going on with Twitter. So, but I don't know too much about Twitter. I need to get on Twitter though. Yeah, so, any last comments you want to give out to our listeners, or any, you know?
Yeah, I actually just want to read the Dopetism mission statement.
Okay.
So as I was saying, it's autism, but you just take the AU off and you add the DOPE. Then you will have Dopetism. Why? Simply because autism states a disability, and my child or any child or adult shall not be limited or held back because of what society claims them to be. Dopetism represents uniqueness, excellent, out of sight. The word dope is used in the African American community to describe something or someone to be impressive, hip, broad, dynamic, greatness. So with that being said, Dopetism is a household name in the movement. Autism is Dopetism, and it's not a disability. It's just a different ability.
I love it. I love it. And I don't know. I use dope all the time. I don't know if it's because of you, but now everything is dope. Right?
It's dope. When it's in you, it's in you, baby.
Yes, but I love you. I thank you so much for coming through, being my first guest. I'm going to feed you good before you leave. And we're going to get back to some music. Thank y'all.
Thank you all.
Listen, I got my hand up about the food.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm shouting up praise to. So, I think hold on.
With the best music.
That's how you feel? No. Keep Mary going.
Your mic wasn't even on. You weren't even talking to nobody.
Keep going. That's Mary.
wasn't on. You was talking, but you wasn't on air.
So you cut my mic off.
I didn't know you was talking.
So y'all treating me like y'all. Okay.
We'll need that extra feedback and stuff.
Oh, goodness.
We need Jay, not that. I mean noise. We need your feedback.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Best music.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You going in? You saying something? Wow. We working tonight. You know what? Get your share food to somebody else.
My grandma did way too much. Should be doing weird shit around me. What in the world?
Seems as though you looked inside of me. Turn my dreams into reality. There's a story. It was never you that needed, but the strength I didn't see within me. We'll take my pushed them aside, but I didn't want to sleep alone at night. What a cheap price tag, no baby, just what a cheap price tag. One night stay is getaway, energy straight, the price I pay. Diamonds lately, but they can kill me, fills me, shoes make me toe, but who will catch me when I fall? Interior world, I don't want these.
I took her video so she could see that I told her I was
Oh, that's the artist, the one that said she's not from here. She's signed to a label that's deep. Oh, okay. But she's out on the street.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one on her page. She got a beautiful voice.
I'm not satisfied. Dominatingly, lately, they keep feeling me, Shoes make me tall, but who will catch me when I fall? Material girls, not the material world. I don't want these things. Are you listening? Listening. Keep my love. Are you listening? Listening. You can't lie.
I might actually add you to it, but there's a, it's like a, people post these out there, like as far as if they want to get a feature somewhere. And I think that's how I got this publicist. So she was trying to get publicity. So she reached out to me, maybe a couple days ago. So yeah. I have been on every club or aeroplane, just watch the sky. I've seen the world many times before. So the thing is like, I'm taking trips on a whim into paradise. So the thing is, her publicist is also Arthur Savage publicist. I can't believe drinking one alone. I've even seen the views of the preacher. Well, there's that management. You ain't there to see me wrong. I'm never hearted. Even if we're little comfortable, I know the truth. They say no place like home, but really there's no place like you. Built a house brick by brick, with all the nicest furniture inside of it. Oh, walking on the floor, walk through custom doors, one train, the sensei, I must admit. The kind of design you would only find in Rome, with the welcome at the front door. You would think it's the house of my dreams, but what good is building a castle if you have no queen? How am I supposed to know that it makes it there ain't no place like home? Maybe you did, and then I'm in my own bed. You ain't there, still feel wrong. I'm never haunted, even if we're uncomfortable. I know the truth. Ain't no place like home. Really, there's no place like you. No, no, I will forget. You are to me, babe. You are the green where I'm standing. You are my well, not just that, but I think that's what yeah. So I think I guess the learning piece behind that is anybody that you bring on, like the key is for you to really learn about them and learn what they have. If they have different projects, like kind of learn something about all the stuff that they have going on, because then it makes your conversation flow a whole lot easier because you know what's going on. And they'll expand on whatever they want. Yeah. And I mean, you do some stuff that I mean, which was cool. But then also, well, see, the thing was, I was like, I saw your website, and I was thinking, like, the information I had was for decisiveness to the whole thing. So she had about the whole stuff. But I'm like, you're low deal. So I'm like, I need to know something about what's going on. I said, hello, new day, hello, new day. Then they gave us a whole nother piece of the colors that I hope you can. Go hard, he also was open to talk. Yeah, he was open to talk. Nobody wanted to hear songs about me. Yeah, that it was his birthday. They came in. That probably left out of wine. Decisive gave him no, here. And then, like, because he was willing to open up here, and we made him feel big. He got to talking about his stepfather and all of that stuff. His stepfather was behind the dance music. I mean, because they're from unless this is another version of it. He got a version. He has a version with him and
no,
I'm gonna play it for you in 1 second. But this definitely ain't it. But this cool though.
I'm looking at you. The songs that I put in and added to the list, and they have to come in.
Now I know I thought I added it to my list though.
That's what I'm saying. I had all the songs on my list. It's like, okay. 5 songs missing off the list. Sorry, I got
I ain't tripping. I mean, outside of the songs that I picked, like I think the most, I guess the more important ones was the one from Mariah. After 7 that just got paid. It was a Material Girl by Mariah. The one from After 7. And it was another one that I actually didn't even put on there because I'm not right. No, it's another one that I didn't even add to the list because they haven't even released it yet. So, but it's cool. Like I be doing all these interviews with these publicists and whatnot. So, yeah, like Mariah, I just interviewed for my podcast maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. After 7, I did some stuff with them a few months ago, and I'm cool with their publicist. So I told the publicist I was gonna play this stuff on the show. So that's why I added those to the list. But yeah, it's all good. Queen.
I left my glasses. I had to go back there and get her reader. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh no, it's cool. What's that?
How you feeling? How are you? I'm good. What's your name?
I just like her.
That's what I was showing.
Everybody's out to get
We talked about it.
I don't know. I just like her.
I used to I said I like it all. Right. You need it all.
Oh yeah, I'm a rapper.
I didn't need a therapist to sit me down and tell me what I've known for years. The stories I make up in my mind make a little more sense than what's going on out there. What's going on? Reality's such a tragedy. Or maybe it's all in my head. It's all in my head. It's all in my head. No, I can't escape the voices in my head. Telling me to do it, do it, do it. God knows I can't escape the voices in my head. Telling me to do it, do it, do it. It's all in my head. It's all in my head.
Right now. Oh, okay.
What's up, y'all? We are back. This is your boy JRock. It's time to close out.
Yes,
It's time to
it is.
close out.
We had a good show, though.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Okay.
For my first
Okay.
interview.
No, I think you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I think it was beautiful that you picked Miss Kiana.
Yes.
Just
Gotta bring my
because.
family in.
I mean, but not just that. I think it's good that you chose to bring her on today because you know the brand like the back of your hand. You know the brand. You know what it's about. You knew the kind of questions to ask